In this tutorial, we'll be going over the second half of the system settings. You have the tools menu. So the first thing you're going to do is power on your DeciVibe and press fast forward twice to highlight set mode and press play pause to enter that mode. Next, press fast forward 5 times to highlight tools and press play pause to enter that menu. Auto record is the first option here, so we want to go ahead and select that. And basically what auto record does is it will automatically initiate a recording at a specified interval. So let's say you have a business meeting that you want to be able to listen to later that you aren't going to be able to attend. You would just leave your DeciVibe in the room and either powered on or in standby mode, and it will automatically initiate your recording at your specified time. So this is really cool, and generally we recommend using auto record over voice activation whenever possible, just because the quality tends to be a little bit better. So basically this first option here, you want to where it says record on or off, you want to, if you want to disable this feature, you would select off, but if for the purposes of this video we're going to select on. Next, you want to highlight auto record cycle, and this is going to be how often your recording initiates. So you can have it set to a business day, a one-time set, or every day. So I'm just going to select once, press play pause, and next it's going to bring up your calendar and ask you what day you want to set it up on. So just use the fast forward and then play pause to select the day. Next, you want to highlight start time by pressing fast forward and then press play pause to select it. So if I know my meeting's going to be at, let's say, 1:45, I use the plus and minus to adjust the first digits, which is the hour, and then press fast forward to adjust the minutes. Use the plus to adjust the minutes to say 1:45. Press fast forward to be able to highlight the AM or PM, and use the plus or minus to adjust that setting. Once you've got all 3 of these set to how you want it, and if you make a mistake, you can always use the rewind and go back. Press play pause to set. Next, press fast forward once to highlight end time and press play pause to select when you want your meeting to be ending at. I know that it's going to be ending at 2:45, but I'm going to set it for 3 just to be safe. So again, this is the hours, and use the plus and minus to adjust the first set of digits. Then press fast forward to highlight the second set of digits, and you can hold that down to 3. So press fast forward again to select AM or PM, and again you want to be sure that your date and time settings are correct before setting these, just to make sure that everything's going to work on time. Press play pause, and yeah, just leave this in standby mode or powered on, and it'll automatically initiate and automatically stop and save your recording at that specified interval. So go back, press the back button. Next, press fast forward once to highlight password set and press play pause to enter that menu. Password switch is going to be whether you want your password, the password lock, enabled or not. So if you want it disabled, select password off by pressing play pause. If you want to enable it, press fast forward once to highlight password on and press play pause to enable it. Next, press fast forward once to highlight password set and press play pause to enable, to go into this menu. Okay, so there's 3 digits here. You can select between 0 and 20. Again, using the plus and minus. to set the numbers, and press fast forward once to highlight the second amount of numbers, and fast forward again to set the digits again that you want. And then once you've got all three sections to how you want it, be sure to write this down on a piece of paper, because if you forget this, you're really going to want to have it. Otherwise, you'll have to delete all your recordings to be able to access your DeciVibe again. And this is completely secure, because even if somebody would connect this to a PC with the USB cable, they will need to input the password you set before being able to access any of your files. So this is really, really a powerful security. Basically, once you've got your 3 digits set, 3 sets of numbers set, press play pause. And I'm actually going to power this off and then show you how this works to input it. So power that on again. And you're going to use the plus and minus to, and then the fast forward, and then again to set the digits you previously entered. And if you totally forgot your password and you can't remember what it was, then you would set this to 181818, and it will completely erase all your recordings for a security measure. It will completely erase all your recordings so that you can use your DeciVibe again. But again, it's not ideal if it does do a complete format, but it is one way that you can set this. So if you do have that problem, just set 181818 on each of these and then press play pause. But for this, since I remember my password, I just entered the digits I had set just a few seconds ago, and I press play pause, and there you go. You can access the main menu again. So here we're going to go back down to Tools to pick up where we left off. Press fast forward to highlight calendar, and press play pause to enter that menu. And here you just you can use the fast forward to browse through your calendar to select just to see what days are when. Once you're done looking at your calendar, just press play pause. Press fast forward once to highlight stopwatch, and press play pause to enter that menu. There's 5 different stopwatches you can set, so you would press fast forward until you have one that you want to set, and then press play pause to start the stopwatch, and press it again once you're done. And so I could go down here and do a different stopwatch like that. If you ever want to just delete all 5 stopwatches, you would press mode. Press mode twice, sorry. And go press the back to exit. And press fast forward once to highlight alarm. And here you can select an alarm to wake up on. Click alarm on or off. So I'm going to select alarm on. And press fast forward once to highlight alarm time. And here you can use the plus and minus to set the digits, and press fast forward once to highlight the minutes. and click play pause. If you want to set the AM or PM, you do that first, but I'm just going to set play pause to set it. The alarm cycle, press fast forward once to highlight. Here you can select once, daily, or a work day. So if you want it to be every day, just set daily. Alarm music. You can have the default ringtone would be ring embedded, or press play pause to highlight music in Flash. And here you can select a custom ringtone by pressing fast forward to highlight whichever song you want, and then play pause to select it. The alarm volume is you can adjust how loud you want your DeciVibe to ring at that specified time, using the plus and minus to adjust the volume, and then play pause to set it. Just remember that you want to leave the DeciVibe on or in standby mode to be able to initiate the alarm, otherwise it won't sound. Press the back button until you get back to the main mode, and that's it for this video.